Hi everyone, this is your host and your coach, Dr. Mary Ayers. And today, and I love this about today's show, is that we're going to be looking at really a familiar topic, something that you have explored before, but we're going to be doing it through a different lens. We can recognize this pattern that things are going well. Everybody has had this. Things are going well for a period of time. We're doing good. We're thinking, man, we are in the groove. We've really got this thing going. Maybe you've been eating healthy and you've been exercising, and maybe you've even been doing it for a couple of weeks, and you're thinking, man, this is going well. And then all of a sudden, and it seems like out of the clear blue, you're slacking off. The weekend comes and you totally blow it. You binge. And I know that's an easy one for you to see because it's so black and white, right? You're doing well, you're not doing well. But let's look at some other ways. Like say you've been taking some consistent actions in your business and you've been on a real steady roll. You're feeling good. You're thinking to yourself, man, I've got this now. I get it. There's nothing that can stop me. And sure enough, it's as if you have shot yourself in the foot. You start missing deadlines, or you're not returning phone calls. You're dragging your feet. You're playing on Pinterest instead of working on your blog post. And in the past, when this has happened, you probably would have looked at it and seen yourself as sabotaging yourself. And you ask yourself, why am I sabotaging myself? Why do I keep doing that? But what I want to propose today is that we look through a different lens, and it's a lens that author Gay Hendricks brings up in his book, The Big Leap, and he calls it an upper limit issue. So today we're going to really take a look at this. What is this upper limit issue, and why do we have it, and what can we do about it? So what is an upper limit issue? Well, Dr. Hendricks asserts that we really do not tolerate extended periods of feeling good. And that when we've had long periods of feeling good, we will almost go back to doing something or thinking something that will level us. In other words, it's almost like, you've ridden too high too long, and there's a part of us, almost like a warning system, that says, uh-oh, things are going too well, it's been too long, and then something will do something to kind of soften or bring an abrupt end or somehow flatten these feelings of good feelings. And he doesn't call it so much sabotage as he says what's happening is we're hitting this upper limit of tolerance. We can only take so much good feeling. And that some part of us is afraid of enjoying positive energy for an extended period of time. And when we reach this upper limit of how much positive feelings we can handle, then we create a series of unpleasant thoughts in order to deflate us. So of course there's psychology around all of this. It's not something new. It fits right in with the idea that we have what I like to think of as, as a thermostat setting. And we all have an appreciation of a thermostat. We might have them in our house where you have set your comfort zone. You want the house to stay at 75. Let's just use that as an example. But what really happens is that when the temperature gets too cold, let's say it gets to 70, then what happens is the furnace kicks on to warm up the house. It passes through 75, it starts getting too warm, maybe 78, 80, and then it clicks back off. And that allows the temperature to start to drop a little again. Again, it'll be up and down, but it will always stay within the range between 70 and 80. So we've used this kind of thermostat idea that we have beliefs about ourselves that keep us within this range. So when you want to break through, when you want to expand your life, you want to have more of something, really what you are doing, you're having to recalibrate this thermostat to permit you to have a higher level. You will always have the thermostat. It's just that we want to adjust it to having a higher ceiling so that we can play in a different range. We can get more comfortable at a different weight. We can get more comfortable making more money, having more success, more love, more ease, and good feelings. And that's what this upper limit is. And so Dr. Hendricks is saying the deal is that because of this thermostat, we have a tendency is when we're feeling too good for too long, we try and cut it off just so that we'll stay in range. So what is in charge of this thermostat setting, right? That determines how much love, success, creativity we can allow ourselves to enjoy. When we're feeling good, we come up against beliefs that we are holding. It's almost a check system. Wait a minute here. I have to remember that I'm not enough or I'm not deserving. Maybe it's something's fundamentally wrong with me. In other words, this good stuff can't be true because it conflicts with other beliefs I have about, am I deserving? Am I allowed to have this much success? Not only do we have our own personal beliefs about ourselves, but we have messages that got passed down. Things that we learned from our parents who more than likely had their own upper limit issues. And they got passed down from their parents, and now we've accepted them. And all of it in the effort to help us stay within this thermostat. It was just accepted that having too much of anything wasn't going to last. And so we might have gotten some messages passed down, such as this, right? You can't have it all. It just doesn't work that way. We were taught, if you have some good, you're going to have some bad. It just goes hand in hand. As a matter of fact, for some of my clients, I know it's almost a superstition that if I have too much going on that's good, oh my gosh, a terrible thing will happen. I'm going to get so much bad back. Almost like the scales always have to balance. And so if I'm getting good and I have a lot of good, then I have to expect to get a lot of bad. Ask yourself, does this ring true for you? Does this sound familiar? We don't have stuff like that. Who do you think we are? That's not for us. I know that I have told the story before of being with my uncle and asking him if he wanted a Starbucks coffee, and his response was, "Oh, big spender, huh?" And I felt it in my stomach. I could feel that clenching in my stomach. Uh-oh, I've done something wrong. This isn't okay. And we can get that kind of message that if you get feeling too good, if too many things are going well in your life, you will become a target for criticism and other people won't like you. They'll tell you that you think you're too good. These messages have been around because those before us have had their upper limits, and this is what we've now got in our thermostat. This is our top limit. These are the beliefs that are keeping us staying in a status quo instead of really allowing ourselves to open up our arms and shoot for the ceiling. It's a nice thought that we want as much as we can have, that the sky is the limit. But that's not really true because we have these beliefs, because we have these limits on us, these upper limits. But that doesn't mean we're stuck there. That doesn't mean that we can't change them. So here's a question that he asked in the book, and I love this question, so I'm going to ask it to you. And the question is, am I willing to increase the amount of time that my whole life goes well? Would you be willing to consider the possibility of consistently feeling good and having things go well in your life all the time? And you might be thinking, hey, that's not possible. The only relevant question is that you would let it be possible for you. Are you willing to accept the possibility of it? Now really think about this for a second, because I know it's easy to say yes, but when it really comes down to it, how much happiness are you allowed? How much success? And I want you to find your beliefs about this. Because remember, we're not looking at it from the idealized, of course I'm willing to have as much happiness and success and love as possible. We're talking about what the limits are. We want to explore what yours are so that when you know what they are, you can increase it. You can extend them. So I want you to think about this. Write down all the things If you had all you wanted, what would those things be? How much health, love, success, money, happiness, joy, good friends? What if you could have as much as you wanted of that? What would you have and how would it feel? Sit in front of it. What comes up? What belief that I might have mentioned before did you find starting to have an impact in your beliefs? Is that really possible for you to have happiness, extended feelings of good feelings in all these areas of your life? Not just I'm in great health but my money stinks, or my business isn't successful, but I have a lot of good friends but my health isn't good. We're talking about, can you imagine having good feelings in all these areas of your life? Sit in front of it so you can feel what's coming up. Notice how it feels, and then rate it on a scale of 0 to 10 on how true it feels to you. Is that possible for you, or what belief might be coming up? Now let's do some tapping around it. Starting at the karate chop, even though I'm surprised to find that I have upper limits around how good I get to feel. For whatever reason, I might be willing to change this. Even though I don't know how to feel good for long periods of time. At least not yet right now. I'm willing to let it begin to happen now. Even though, up till now, I haven't been able to tolerate feeling good for a long period of time. I get it. That's okay. Because I'm ready to get good at it now. And let's go through those points. Eyebrow. I don't know how I can feel good all the time. Side of the eye. That doesn't sound right. Under the eye. That's not what they taught me. Under the nose. That's not what life taught me. On the chin. With good comes some bad. Collarbone. You can't have it all. Under the arm. People won't like me if my life is going too good. Top of the head. It isn't safe to feel good a lot of the time. Back at the eyebrow. I don't want to be disappointed. Side of the eye. Let down. Under the eye. I need to be prepared. Under the nose. Who says I wouldn't be prepared if I raised my limits? On the chin. What if I did expand my expectations? Collarbone. Of what is possible? Under the arm. When it comes to feeling good. Top of the head. What if I were to raise the ceiling just a little at a time? Back at the eyebrow, because maybe I am ready to play with feeling good more often. Side of the eye, and for longer periods of time. Under the eye, what if I could? Under the nose, I wonder what I'll notice. On the chin, I wonder how long I can go. On the collarbone, what will it be like riding those feel-good feelings? Under the arm, what if it was possible to expand this limit on feeling good? Top of the head, and what if I'm opening up to it right here, right now? Take that breath. Now just feel what is coming up with this tapping. Did some beliefs show up that are helping you see what could be getting in the way? And if it did, then yay! We want to see them. When you can see them, you can work with them. It's just past programming about what is possible. Did you find a global belief about yourself that needs to be modified? Hey, great! Now you know where your work is. Tapping on these embedded beliefs gives them space. It opens them up to seeing things in a new light. You may have been taught these beliefs, but that doesn't mean that you have to live with them. Step up, stand up, and raise the roof on what is possible. You can do it. You deserve it. This is about expansion. This is all up to you. It's in your hands, and it's so very possible for you. Hey, you know what? This is your time. Allow yourself to reach out for support and guidance by working with a coach if it's needed. So let's talk about what's possible for you. All you need to do is email me at mary@tapintooaction.com. Start now to raise your upper limits. You can go to tapintooaction.com and you can get your Tapping for Success. That's a free gift for you. I hope you give yourself the gift of learning how to live, expanding these limits so you can live in these good feelings for longer and longer periods of time. Until next time, this is your coach, Dr. Mary Ayers. Stay brilliant. Hi, this is your coach, Mary, and I know that when it comes to taking action, there are times, no matter how sincere your intentions are, that you still can't get yourself to take action. I get it. Sometimes fear and anxiety can be so overwhelming that you don't even know where to begin. I want you to know you don't have to do it alone. So here's one action you can easily take. Go to tapintooaction.com to find resources to support you. And while you're there, you can download the powerful and popular How to Tap Your Way to Success audio and workbook. It's free. So go to tapintooaction.com now. This is your coach, Mary. And I know that when it comes to taking action, there are times, no matter how sincere your intentions are, that you still can't get yourself to take an action and get moving. And I get it. Sometimes fear and anxiety can be so overwhelming that you don't even know where to start. I want you to know you don't have to do it alone. Here's one action you can easily take. Email me at mary@tapintooaction.com and we'll set up a time to do a discovery session where we'll explore what would be helpful to you so you can move forward and create the life you desire.